I'm a little behind on my Cavs coverage, so I figured I would take their 2 games against the Bulls and put them into this one video here. We'll start off with their first game in Chicago all the way back in 2022, getting a 1-point win in Chicago. Final score 103-102. Garland and Mobley missing this game, both designated with day-to-day injuries. Garland with a thumb injury and Mobley with some right ankle soreness. So they moved Donovan Mitchell to the point with Karis LeVert at the 2 spot. Stevens still at 3. Kevin Love moves into 4, and Jarrett Allen, the center, is your starting 5. Cavs depth really tested in this game. Love and LeVert contributing early, but the Bulls taking advantage on offense of the Cavs, kind of a lack of a defensive cohesion in the first quarter. They end the first quarter up 30-28, although neither team really separated themselves at any point in that quarter. A Robin Lopez 3 puts the Cavs up by 5 early in the second quarter, and that fuels a Cavalier run. Kevin Love finding his touch from the 3-point shot in the second quarter as well, but the Bulls were able to pull themselves together to close the gap a little bit. Mitchell with some errant passes as well in this game in the second quarter, and the Cavs are up 5 headed into halftime. Things stay at about that range in the third quarter in the early goings, but the Cavs would go up by double digits with less than 4 to go in the quarter. But the Bulls made good use of their late quarter possessions, and a Kobe White buzzer beater layup cuts the Cavs lead to 7 as the third quarter ended. Early in the fourth quarter, the Cavs started out by knocking down some jumpers. Zach LaVine hitting some shots to keep Chicago around. DeRozan hitting a layup to get the Bulls within 1 with less than a minute to go. The Bulls making a decent comeback effort there, obviously. The Cavs hit with a 24-second violation after that, after LeVert airballed a floater. Bulls with 5.8 seconds to work with, and DeRozan misses a highly contested jumper defended by LeVert. Donovan Mitchell also sliding in on defense there to aid in the contest. And honestly, I will take a win over anyone on the road at this point, especially when you're missing 2 of your starting impact players. Cavs bench, or what usually is the bench, stepping up in this one. LeVert having a game high of 23 points. Kevin Love going 5 for 11 from 3. Even Robin Lopez was pretty productive in the minutes that he got. I will take that any day of the week. This game for Mitchell, the one that was played in Chicago, was another down game for Mitchell. He was 5 for 16, 0 for 6 from 3 with 7 turnovers, but he did contribute 4 steals. And like I mentioned earlier in my last Cavs recap, Donovan Mitchell having a string of downish games for him, I'm not too worried about it because I've seen him pick it up eventually, and boy did he in this next game in Cleveland. Same starting 5 in this one. This is obviously the 71-point game for Donovan Mitchell, along with 11 assists and 8 rebounds in 50 minutes of playing time, and they definitely needed it as the game went to overtime, and the Cavs making this large comeback effort. That franchise record for points you would think would probably stick around for a little bit, although who knows with how that's going on. Maybe Donovan Mitchell will break his own record, or Darius Garland will have some kind of crazy offensive game and challenge it, but you would think a 71-point game isn't going to be matched by anyone in this Cavs organization anytime soon. But it looked like even if with Donovan Mitchell's great performance in the first half, it didn't look like it would even matter, as the Cavs started out in this one really slow, Bulls taking advantage, and it didn't really get better at all in the first 24 minutes of this past game. Chicago with an 18-point lead heading into halftime. Late in the second quarter, though, it was apparent that Donovan Mitchell had broken out of his slump. He was waking up. He was kind of keeping the score, while it was bad, keeping it kind of neutral around 20. But again, after the first half, didn't look like it was going to matter that Donovan Mitchell had woken up. So maybe that's something to, it looked like it was going to be something that you would like look at for future games and be like, well, at least Donovan Mitchell isn't slumping anymore. But then the third quarter happened. Although I will say the Cavs and Donovan Mitchell in particular did get the benefit of the whistle in that third quarter. I don't blame Bulls fans for kind of, sounding off about the officiating, but also, you have this big lead and Donovan Mitchell was clearly going off, but I do understand that some of those foul calls, definitely not the strongest of whistles there. Donovan Mitchell's show, however, was in full effect, and after the third quarter, the Cavs cut the lead down to 5. The Cavs cooking with gas in the fourth quarter, but Chicago was not making it easy on the Cavs by any means necessary. DeRozan, Vucevic, and Zach LaVine were all having pretty great performances in this one. DeRozan in particular just looking unstoppable at times in this one. Jarrett Allen, I thought, was crucial to the comeback for the Cavs, and Cedi Osman also making some nice plays down the stretch. Late in the game, when the Cavs were down 3, they were kind of opting to get the easy 2s and try to let the Bulls shoot some free throws and maybe miss one. However, they eventually did need to make up 3 points naturally, and Donovan Mitchell at the free throw line very late in this one. He made the first one, and then he was shooting 2, made the first one, missed the other, got his own rebound off the shot, and laid it in to tie the game and force overtime. And in overtime, Donovan Mitchell hit a 3 pretty much early on, and the game was over after that. No denying Donovan Mitchell in the extra 5 minutes of this game. He was unstoppable throughout the entire game, and if you thought that overtime would be any different, you were correct. Very fortunately for the Cavaliers. Again, I feel like kind of this is a little bit too bad for DeMar DeRozan, as his 44-point night and his really good game is completely overshadowed by Donovan Mitchell's historic performance into the new year. Kevin Love also having a 12-point, 17-rebound double-double. He was 3 for 9 from three-point land. So obviously, this snapped a losing streak that was kind of ending in 2022 and 2023. Starting off with a bang is Donovan Mitchell going off for 71 points. Crazy stat line. He played 50 minutes, and the Cavs needed him for pretty much all of it. At least the regulation minutes, they needed all of that. So, again, I don't really, I don't have any doubts about Donovan Mitchell or his game. I mentioned earlier when he was slumping in my last Cavs recap that I completely had faith in him to recover and get that back. And obviously with this game, it seems like he has definitely awoken from a bit of a down streak he was on. It's not like he was been slumping for forever, but it was just a few consecutive games of maybe some less than stellar offensive production from Donovan Mitchell. But at this point, that 71-point performance, I will take a little bit of a slump in order to get that performance any day of the week, any time. I feel like this Cavs team can definitely look to this new year with hope for the future. And maybe, they still have issues on this roster. Obviously, this night doesn't fix everything for the Cavs, but sometimes having that one player that can turn things around on a dime is really all you need in order to change your outlook on the season for a little bit. So thank you all for watching this video. If you made it this far, I will see you at the next one.